This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Sports postcasts we do. We also do the Locked On 49ers and Locked On Warriors postcast as well. But today, the Giants got back in the win column with a 3-2 victory over the Boston Red Sox, thanks in large part to Rafael Devers. First bomb at Oracle Park, first bomb in a Giants uni, and it all comes against his former team. Landon Roupp also was magnificent today. He rolled through 6 innings of shutout baseball, and the Giants needed it big time with only 3 fresh bullpen arms to use. And Camilo Doval, one of those 3 fresh arms, had a pretty sketchy 9th inning, but pulled it together to secure the save and a San Francisco Giants win. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed. However you're tuning in, we appreciate it. And make sure to check out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Ben Kaspick, always does a great job. And before we get into Rafael Devers and Landen Roupp and their absolutely monster days, let's get into today's turning point from this one.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And I think the turning point was not necessarily Devers' home run. It was Elliot Ramos getting the Giants on the board early in the bottom of the first inning. Just a solo shot, but hey, it was a monster. I mean, Ramos got all of that one, man. He hit that 105.8 miles an hour, 400 feet to left center field, his 13th home run of the season, and it gave Landon Roupp a little bit of I think breathing room. You know, like working with that early lead always seems to help young starters a little bit more. And be mindful that Roupp in his last outing got absolutely obliterated by the Los Angeles Dodgers. I mean, it was just a home run derby for the Dodgers when Roupp was on the mound in his last outing. So he was horrible. He took the loss, went just 1 2/3 innings in his last time, 6 earned runs, gave up a home run, 5 walks, and 0 strikeouts in his last outing. So this was a big deal for Landon Roupp to get that early lead. And in Rafael Devers in the 3rd inning, adds to it. He gets that 2-run bomb, Oppo Taco, for his first home run as a Giant, and man, that felt good. You heard the stadium just absolutely erupt, and I'm sure that all of the Boston Red Sox fans out there are not too happy about this right now, because I mean, you can't argue that this is a monumental loss for the Red Sox. Like, losing a guy like Rafael Devers in the middle of your order hurts. Like, there's no two ways about it. Yeah, they got a decent return. Kyle Harrison could prove to be a great starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. He's super young, and he's got a great fastball. If he develops secondary pitches, Kyle Harrison could be a great starting pitcher someday. But for right now, if you're a Red Sox fan, you have to hate this. And I love that as a San Francisco Giants fan, because, hey, we got the guy, man. Like, there is this is the first of many home runs that Rafael Devers is going to hit in a Giants uniform. And you even heard him talk about it after the game today. He said it multiple times before today's game as well. He does not care about hitting in Oracle Park. And there's all these people that love to talk about how hitters don't want to come to Oracle, and you're never going to be able to sign a free agent to come here because it's so hard to hit in this ballpark. Rafael Devers, a left-handed hitter, is sitting there saying, I do not give a you-know-what about the field's dimensions. I can hit the ball anywhere. I know who I am as a hitter, and he showed it today, man. I kept telling you guys to be patient with this guy. And yeah, it is only a 3-run outing for the Giants, and we all know that we want this team to score the magic number of 4 or more runs, as they are significantly better when they score at least 4 runs. Let me find my stat real quick here. When they score 4 or more runs, 29-12. 3 or fewer runs, 14-22. So that magic number is still 4 for the Giants offense, but you got it done today with those 3 runs. And a large part of that was thanks to Landen Roupp. And I mean, this guy, let's just go ahead and do it right now. We're going to give Landen Roupp today's player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And Landen Roupp, I mean, blew me away today. It was so important for him to be able to just get through 6 innings. I mean, if he gave up a couple runs, I figured he'd have a pretty long leash today because of how much the bullpen was utilized last night. And as I said at the top of the show, the Giants only had 3 fresh arms out of the bullpen. Everybody else pitched yesterday. You only had Randy Rodriguez, Tyler Rogers, and Camilo Doval as really fresh arms coming out of that bullpen. Maybe you could have gone to a guy like Joey Lucchesi, who only threw 8 pitches last night, but did you really want to do that after he pitched on Wednesday as well? Maybe Eric Miller only threw 10 pitches last night. Again, none of these options would have been super ideal for the Giants to have to lean on. So Landon Roupp going at least 6 innings was very, very, very important for the Giants today. And not only did he do that, but he looked, electric out there. Landen Roupp with 7 Ks. He did have 3 walks in this one, which was a little higher than we'd like to see. But man, he was very, very, very good mixing and matching his pitches today. That curveball looked excellent. Through 90 pitches, 56 of them strikes. So a few more balls than we would have liked to see. I mean, he did live in the zone pretty well for the most part, and he gave up 3 hits in this one. No earned runs for Landen Roupp, and ERA down to 3.67 on the season. And a large portion of the fan base loves to just kind of rip this guy, and I don't get it, man. Like, why are we not collectively as a fan base higher on Landen Roupp? I know that he had a bad outing against the Dodgers last time, but you look at the whole body of work, he has been one of the most consistent young arms for the San Francisco Giants since he made his major league debut last season. Last month, he had an ERA of 1.73. This guy profiles great as a ground ball pitcher, and his strikeout numbers are not bad either. I mean, his average exit velo is 87.2 miles an hour. That's the 88th percentile of Major League Baseball. I mean, the hard hit percentage, 31.8, 93rd percentile of Major League Baseball. Gets a 47% ground ball rate. Like, this guy is a good pitcher. He profiles really well because he gives up weak contact, and most of it's on the ground. He's not a guy who's going out there and giving up a ton of hard hit balls. He's not usually giving up a lot of deep fly balls either, or home runs. Landen Roupp today, by the way, 5 ground outs, only 3 flyouts. So, I mean, he profiled exactly as you would hope that he would in a game like this one. And after all those runs the Red Sox scored last night, this was great to see Landen Roupp go out there and just shut down the Red Sox. And he did it with a very good mix of pitches. As I mentioned, he wasn't just leaning on the curveball. He utilized the slider 34 times, the curveball 24, the changeup 20, and the cutter 11. He also threw 1 four-seam fastball in there. But so essentially, he's working with 4 pitches in today's game. And 3 of them, he was really utilizing pretty evenly. I mean, that changeup, the curveball, and the sinker, all very good pitches today for Landen Roupp. An average exit velo across the board of just 89.2 miles an hour. And I mean, he was so good with that curveball. And that was the big difference to me today, was the way he was locating that curveball. He was absolutely dropping it into the zone. A lot of times he would start that curveball outside of the strike zone and drop it back in. Got a ton of looking strikes as well. He got 6 called strikes on that curveball, 69% whiff rate as well. So, I mean, he was dominant today with that pitch. And the average exit velo on that curveball, 69 miles an hour. That's it. Only 1 ball in play off that pitch. He was so good with it today, which is the main difference between this outing and his last time against the Dodgers. Because against the Dodgers, he came out there and just threw a ton of curveballs, and the Dodgers jumped all over it. They were waiting for it, and they beat him. I mean, they knew what was coming, and they just sat on that curveball and drilled it. And today, that sinker usage was a big deal and same with the changeup usage, because it allowed him to use that curveball in big moments and big spots when he really needed it. And he used it very effectively. It was much more effective being used less often than it was in his last outing. So Landen Roupp today doing a great job mixing and matching. And by the way, the Red Sox are the best curveball hitting team in all of Major League Baseball. They lead damn near every offensive category against curveballs. And Landen Roupp, I mean, overall, it's his best pitch this year. It's been his best pitch. He's got an opposing batting average of just 157 against it, and had 38 strikeouts with it coming into today's game, 38.5% whiff rate. I mean, it's been really, really, really good, especially compared to the rest of his pitches, which have a 329 batting average again collectively against all his other pitches. So obviously, that curveball is a big, big, big deal. And so the other big change here was the addition of another secondary pitch, like utilizing that changeup as well as he did today. Very, very, very good. I mean, in May last month when he had that sub-2 ERA, hitters were 0 for 14 against his changeup and increased his usage of it from just 11.5% in April to just under 15% in May. So when he's using that changeup, when it's on the way that it was today, it looks pretty good. I mean, 22% usage today, that's obviously higher than any of those numbers we just threw out at you. And that complemented his curveball very, very well, complemented the sinker really well. When he has those 3 pitches going, Landon Roupp becomes a dominant arm for this Giants team. And I think we should collectively be a little higher on Landon Roupp than we have been. I mean, you look at his stats this season. I mean, the vast majority of his starts, he's going at least 5 innings, and he's giving you quality starts a lot of the time. Landon Roupp was very, very, very good today, and a big part of the reason the Giants won this game. And he deserves a heaping amount of credit and praise for going out there and getting the win for the Giants today. But he's not the only one who deserves that credit. And we got to get into what you'll be talking about, which I think you guys all already know has to do with Rafael Devers. We'll break that down on the other side of the Locked On Giants postcast coming up next. Today's show is sponsored by Wonderful Pistachios. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're jam-packed with fiber and better-for-you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Personally, I love the no-shells variety. It's the perfect grab-and-go snack for busy days, whether I'm snacking here at my desk, on a road trip, out at Oracle Park, or if I just need a quick protein boost, they're always my go-to. And if you love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch, the in-shell options are also a classic favorite. That I absolutely love that Wonderful Pistachios is a complete source of protein, providing all 9 essential amino acids, and they pack a huge protein punch into these little green wonders. Whenever I'm walking by my pantry, it's damn near impossible for me to not open it up, grab a handful, and just pop them on in, and I don't feel any guilt about it. I mean, most of my other snacks in there are not very good for me. Wonderful Pistachios, it's the perfect snack for me to fill myself back up, nourish my body, and not feel bad about what I'm eating. So get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. And today's show is also brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live with player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays. Fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. And it's the 2 best words in all of sports. Game 7 tonight, and I'm riding with the Thunder. I've been telling you guys this all postseason long. I am riding with the Thunder until the wheels fall off. OKC is going to win this game. They're going to win the NBA Finals. If I had to pick a Finals MVP, I'm going back and forth, but I'm probably going to go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think that he has a monster game to close this one out today, and he's my pick for NBA Finals MVP. And if you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com, place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and today, what a win for the Giants. 3-2 over the Red Sox. It has been rough sledding lately for the Giants and for this offense, but today, man, it felt really good. Not only to get back in the win column, thanks in large part to Landen Roupp, who we have already nominated as our player of the game. And by the way, worth noting, at home, coming into this one, he had a 2.25 ERA and in those 5 home starts compared to a 5.14 ERA in 9 starts on the road. So Landon Roupp loves himself some home cooking, and man, did he cook today at Oracle Park, but he was not the only one, which leads me to what you'll be talking about after this one.
This is what you'll be talking about.
What you're going to be talking about after this one is, I mean, let's not complicate it too much. It's the Devers dinger, man. Rafael Devers with his first bomb in a Giants uniform, his 16th of the season. And this one was just cathartic. For it to come against the Red Sox, for it to come in a moment where the Giants just absolutely needed it. You had so much on the line with this game as far as being able to still win this series and kind of pulling themselves out of this muck that they've been in, the muck and mire of the last, since the second game of the Dodgers series. It has been rough for the Giants. They have not had a very good go of things lately. They won one game against the Guardians, and then to drop last night's game the way they did was very discouraging. I thought that because the offense finally produced, you would have a chance to win. Today, the pitching had to be excellent, and you had very, very, very limited arms available in the bullpen, as we already talked about. So you needed someone to give you something offensively as well. And not only did Elliot Ramos go deep, but you obviously had that Rafi Devers bomb as well. And I mean, this one, 105.5 miles an hour off the bat, 370 to left field. Oppo Taco on a four-seam fastball that was on the outer third of the plate, relatively in the middle, about thigh high. And I mean, he crushed that one. He got all of that baseball. And Rafi Devers is going to continue to do this for the Giants. I mean, his hitting profile, like if you look at the home runs that he's had so far this year at Fenway Park prior to coming to the Giants, he would actually have more home runs at Oracle than at Fenway, which is very weird to say because that's very seldom the case when comparing Oracle Park to another stadium. But the dimensions of Fenway are pretty strange too. They're pretty funky too. It's almost like a flip of Oracle Park in some ways because you have that big wall out there in left field at Fenway. You got the Green Monster out there, and then you got Levi's Landing here at Oracle Park in right field. So Rafi Devers is used to hitting with in a park with some weird dimensions. This isn't anything new for him. He's going to continue to do this. He's going to continue to hit extra base hits for the Giants, and he's going to hit a lot of home runs this year. I am 100% confident that Rafael Devers is going to continue to contribute for the Giants. And I keep telling you guys, you just had to wait for it to come around. It wasn't like you just forgot how to hit because he got traded to the Giants. So shout out Rafi Devers and his big home run today. Two more things before we get out of here. First, Camilo Doval. He was a little sketchy in the ninth inning, but no way in hell I'm blaming both of those runs on Camilo. I mean, that throw down to second base from Andrew Knizner, I did not like in that situation. Just give him the base. If you have Pat Bailey back there in that situation, let Pat Bailey fire that ball down there because he is hands down the best defensive catcher in all of baseball. He's got one of the best pop times, one of the best arms. He's great at throwing guys out. Andrew Knizner, I could pass on that. I could be very much more happy with him just kind of eating that ball, giving up that base, and just seeing what happens instead of throwing that ball down to second, short hopping Willy Adames at shortstop, having it skip over his head and into center field. Tyler Fitzgerald couldn't handle it either. He was there to back up the play, but the ball also skipped by him, which allowed that run from third to score very, very easily and put the tying run in scoring position. So that was a little bit of a rough stretch, but overall, Camilo Doval, I thought was decent today. He did give up those 3 hits. You'd never want to see a closer giving up 3 hits in this one, but I'm not blaming Doval entirely for giving up that run. That was a sketchy decision by Knizner, and I'm totally confident in Camilo Doval going forward. His 12th save of the season. ERA now gets just over 2, just barely 2.06 after this one for Doval. But I'm really not worried about him. He's been locating well. He's not walking guys. When Camilo starts to walk a lot of guys and he's not able to get pitches over the plate for the strike and that slider stops sliding and starts hanging, that's when we can be concerned about Camilo Doval. I didn't see any of that tonight. Saw the Red Sox hit some pitches and I saw a bad decision by the Giants catcher, which resulted really in that second run scoring. So overall, really not that worried about him. I think he's going to be just fine going forward, and I'm not really worried about the bullpen as a whole, save for Sean Jelly, which is the last thing we're going to talk about on today's show. Not going to get too far into this because it's his personal information, personal business in his personal life, and who knows what is really happening. Hence why Major League Baseball is investigating him into abuse allegations made by his wife, which is never something you want to hear about a guy on the team that you root for. And Sean Jelly, I mean, he has not played a ton with the Giants this year. He did make his first start of his career when they had that emergency fire drill after trading Kyle Harrison just before that game against the Dodgers for Rafael Devers. So bad timing, very bad timing for Sean Jelly. Not that that's the biggest concern in the situation, but you don't really know. Point being, what you got from some arms in this bullpen right now, mainly Sean Jelly. You need to find another suitable replacement for him in the bullpen and another long relief arm, which could probably come from AAA. Maybe it's time that we see. I don't know if they want to do this. Carson Wisenhunt could come up and fill in that long relief role if they don't want to use him as a starter. Maybe they move him into the starting rotation, move Verlander into a long relief role, which I doubt Verlander would be okay with, but we'll see. There's some maneuvering that's going to need to happen with this one. Major League Baseball is investigating Sean Jelly for those abuse allegations, and the Giants did release a statement earlier today. They basically said, they said, quote, "We are aware of these serious allegations. We have been in contact with MLB. These type of allegations fall under their jurisdiction, and we won't be commenting further." Well, they did end up commenting further because Bob Melvin also addressed it. He said, quote, "Obviously, we're aware of it. He told me about it last night. We talked to MLB. At this point, it's in their jurisdiction right now, so I really can't comment on it any further." So Giants aren't going to talk too much about this. Sean Jelly obviously is not going to talk about this publicly. But it's time to start finding another bullpen arm, because I doubt that he's going to be returning to the team anytime soon. I doubt that he's going to be making any appearances anytime soon based on these allegations that are very serious. So we will see what happens and which direction the Giants choose to go with that. But it's probably going to require a roster move of some sort. I'm curious to see what that is. So all the time that we got for you guys today here on the Locked On Giants postcast. This one, a very, very, very cathartic release type of win. Rafael Devers goes deep. Landon Roupp bounces back, shows what he's got on the mound through 6 shutout innings. And Ramos goes deep too. He keeps getting lost in the mix. Elliot Ramos with another home run, his 13th of the season. It's not too far behind Rafi Devers, only 3 home runs back from him. Could we have 2 people in Giants uniforms hit more than 30 bombs in one season? We'll see. Although I would not count that for Rafi Devers as breaking the curse for the Giants, because half of them came with the Red Sox. So we'll see what happens as this season progresses. But for today, that's all the time that we got here on the Locked On Giants postcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. We'll see you next time. Peace.